Hello everyone. In today's video, we are going to determine if a graph is a function or not. All right, so I can determine if a relation is a function or not from a graph using something called the vertical line test. So just overview of a graph. On a graph, input values go along the horizontal x-axis. So this one's the x-axis. And output values go along the y-axis, which is the vertical line. So it goes x, comma, y. So for example, the first point, 1, comma, 2, or x is 1 and y is 2, would go right here. 1, comma, 2. So I start at the origin, go over 1, that's my x value, and up 2, that's my y value. The next one, 2, 4. So I start at the origin, go over to the right 2, and up 4 as my y value. And then we can have negatives too. So -1, -2, I start at the origin, I go to the -1, and that, which is x, you go over and then up or down. So go over -1 and then down 2 since it's negative, so down to -2. So the vertical line test tells us if a relation is a function or not. A relation is not a function if the x values repeat. So we can use the vertical line test to see if a graph is a function or not. If a graph crosses a vertical line more than once, then it is not a function. And remember, vertical is up and down. So in the first one, I have this nice purple line, which is my function. And then if you draw a bunch of vertical lines through it, you'll see that each vertical line only touches the graph once. So this one is a function. In the second one, you draw a bunch of vertical lines and you'll see that it touches the graph more than once. So one vertical line is touching the graph twice. So that's why this one is not a function. If you look, it's like -3 right here, I would have two values that have a -3. I would have a -3 up here and a -3 down here. So that's why it's not a function. All right, so function or not a function. We can, again, use the vertical line test. So I draw a vertical line. Oh, it only touches the graph once. Just draw a couple more just to make sure. Only touches the graph once. We are good. Only touches the graph once. So this one is a function. And the second one, we draw a vertical line. Excuse me. And it touches the graph twice. So I have the vertical line touching the purple graph 2 times. So already I can see that this one is not a function. All right, a couple more. This is a nice shape. It's called a parabola. And if I draw vertical lines, you'll see that each vertical line only touches the graph once. So this one is a function. And on the right, there's a circle. If I draw a vertical line through the circle, it touches it twice. So this one is not a function. A circle is not a function. All right, and then sometimes you'll just see dots on the graph, like just points, and we can use the vertical line test for those too. So if I draw a line through this first dot, or vertical line, it only touches it once. So that means that one's good. But then if I draw a vertical line through this part, it goes through the points 2 times. So I have 2 points that are touched here. So this one is not a function. The second one, if I draw a vertical line through all of these dots, it will only hit 1 point or 1 dot. So only 1 point through each line. So this one is a function. And that is how you use the vertical line test.